All right, all right. I know everybody ain't tuned in as soon as we go live, so I give maybe 5 to 10 seconds and then we'll go ahead and begin. Okay. First and foremost, though, I would like to say, while we're waiting, I would like to say shalom, Most High in Christ bless, to the 12 tribes of Israel scattered to the four corners of the earth. You notice I said the 12 tribes that are scattered to the four corners of the earth, not just the tribe of Judah. Thank you for tuning in to United Kingdom of Israel Congregation, the House of Learning. I'm Teacher Shaul, to my right. And tonight, we're getting ready to go in. I know it's been a while, but we're back with another edition of Quick Cuts. Quick Cuts. Okay? So tonight's Quick Cut is about the Arsareth debate. Arsareth is not in Africa.
Right.
Arsareth is not in Africa. One more time. Arsareth is not in Africa. Okay? So we're going to jump straight in right now to this edition of Quick Cuts. And we're going to start off in 2nd Ezra chapter 13. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, and we're going to start off in verse 40. Because it's an ongoing debate where Arsareth is, but we're going to show you that according to the prophecies of the Most High, that the lost tribes, the 10 tribes, that they are still dwelling in Arsareth. They never left Arsareth. Okay, so this is how you get some people saying that they're in Africa. And they start pointing out Zulus and all type of other people. I'm not saying that they're not Israel. What I'm telling you is that the bulk of the Northern Kingdom is here in the Americas. Watch this.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king, whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Read on.
But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country.
They will leave the multitude of the heathen, every other nation that's not Israel, and go into a further country, come on.
Where never mankind dwelt.
That's definitely not Africa, but come on.
That they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Now, okay, let's drop down. Let's jump straight into it. Drop down to verse 45.
Verse 45. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
Come on.
And the same region is called Arsareth.
It's called Arsareth. Come on.
Verse 46. Then dwelt they there until the latter time.
Wait, read that part again.
Then dwelt they there until the latter time.
It said that the 10 tribes dwelt there in Arsareth until the latter time, meaning until the end days. Read on.
And now, when they shall begin to come.
So, according to Scripture, wherever Arsareth is today, that's where you're going to find the lost 10 tribes of Israel. Okay? Now, we're getting ready to go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 33. The reason why is because the tribe of Judah, the lead tribe is going to declare and show you where Arsareth is, based on the prophecies. Okay? This is what we're dealing with. The law and the testimony. So we're going to find out right now. Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 7. Because Ezra said that the 10 tribes would still be in Arsareth in those last days. Deuteronomy 33, verse 7.
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 7. And this is the blessing of Judah.
Come on.
And he said, Hear, Lord, the voice of Judah, and bring him unto his people.
The scripture says to bring Judah unto his people. Come on.
Let his hands be sufficient for him, and be thou in help to him from his enemies.
See, that right there, Deuteronomy 33 and 7 is the official slice to the doctrine that Arsareth is in Africa. Okay, if Judah was taken from Africa and brought here, which nobody debates, nobody has anything against that part, nobody debates that, okay? But according to prophecy, Judah would be, read it again from the top.
And this is the blessing of Judah. And he said, Hear, Lord, the voice of Judah, and bring him unto his people.
So it would be asinine and foolish to think that Judah was taken from the west coast of Africa just to be taken back to Africa. If Arsareth, Africa, and the 10 tribes are in Arsareth, in Africa, then why the hell would they take Judah on a voyage and then bring them back? Now, one of two things. Either Arsareth ain't in Africa, or the niggas that was born here to Americas ain't Israelites. Read.
Verse 8.
No, finish that one off. And be thou a help.
Okay. And bring.
Go ahead.
All right. And bring him unto his people. Let his hands be sufficient for him, and be thou an help to him from his enemies.
Be thou a help. Okay. Be thou a help to him from his enemies. But according to the prophecy, Judah would be brought to his people. All right, get the next scripture for me. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 18. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel.
Wait a minute, this is prophecy yet again. In those days, read it again.
In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel.
Again, just like we read in Deuteronomy 33:7, the Most High is going to bring Judah unto his people. That's not in Africa. The prophecy also goes on to say that the house of Judah would walk with the house of Israel. Come on.
And they shall come together.
No, they shall do what?
Come together out of the land of the north.
Come on.
To the land that I have given for an inheritance.
So all of those that think Arsareth is in Africa, where's the land of the north? And how was it that Judah and Southern and Northern Kingdom are both going to come together and come out of that land of the north together if Arsareth ain't America? Y'all hit. It's over. Okay? It's over. We ain't done yet. Go to Deuteronomy 28. Let's find out. Because America is ground zero for the deliverance of the 12 tribes of Israel. The bulk of the tribes are right here. Okay? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Zebulun, Naphtali. The tribes are here. Okay? Watch this. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Because you're telling me that Southern Kingdom's here, but Northern Kingdom's still in Africa. But yet the prophecy says they're going to come together and come out together back into our homeland. The prophecy said that Judah is going to be brought to his people. How is that possible? How is that possible? You think you have to ask yourself, okay? This is why we do these quick cuts, because it's not a topic that has to be, beaten like a dead horse, all right? Let's find out who was going to be scattered. Was it just Judah, or was it all of us? Deuteronomy 28 and 64.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64.
Come on.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
Remember, now all y'all that be out, especially y'all that be out at camp, which I don't see any of the camp Israelites coming with this false doctrine. Right. But however, we all know that when you start off the Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1, it tells you that these be the words that Moses spoke to all Israel. The curses pertain to all Israel. So what did that curse say again?
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
Ooh, come on.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
So, again, it tells us that all of Israel would be scattered, not just the tribe of Judah. All right? From there, let's get it going on Isaiah chapter 11, because the thing that has our people really, really confused, the thing that has our people really thrown off, really confused, is that when they look and they say, okay, well, a remnant, okay? The remnant of Israel is scattered throughout the rest of the world. The majority or the bulk of Israelites are right here, okay, in this western hemisphere, all right? Come on, Isaiah 11:11.
Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time.
So he already set his hand once. It said he's going to set it again a second time. But what's going to happen then?
To recover the remnant.
To recover the what?
To recover the remnant of his people.
Come on.
Which shall be left.
Which shall be left. Which shall be left. It's like we make a pan of unleavened bread and we pass out slices to everybody, and then you go into the kitchen to recover the remnant of what was left.
Right.
That's not the whole pan of bread. Them crumbs.
Right.
Read.
Of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush.
Now, if the northern kingdom was in Egypt or in Cush or anywhere in that the continent of what we call Africa, they wouldn't be a remnant. They wouldn't be what's left. This is common sense. But what I realize is that the special education students that had learning disabilities, they grew up, got Facebook accounts, and blended in with the rest of society.
Right.
That's what happened. Okay? Watch this. Read on.
And from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
So according to Isaiah 11:11, it says that the Most High is going to set forth his hand a second time to recover a remnant of his people. Let's see what a remnant means. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, remnant is the part of something that is left when the other parts are gone. A remnant is a small piece of cloth that is left after the rest of the cloth has been sold. Full definition. Usually a small part, member, or a trace remaining. A small surviving group. The majority of Northern Kingdom cannot be there based on Isaiah 11:11, based on what the word remnant means. You can't tell me that the 10 tribes is there, but then call them a remnant. That makes no sense. Okay? So again, when you go into the scriptures and you understand what the prophecies say, you understand Deuteronomy 33:7, you understand Deuteronomy 28:64, you understand what we read in Ezekiel 3:18, then you understand Jeremiah 3:18, then you understand that Africa is not Arsareth. Africa is not Arsareth. Again, I thank y'all for tuning in, because that's all I got for you. It was just a quick cut. Why? Because we're tired of the false doctrines. We're tired of people believing the hype. Okay? The Most High can't gather the boat if there's supposed to be a remnant out of Africa. The Most High can't say that Judah's going to be brought to his people if they were taken from Africa. Now, do y'all plan on going back to Africa? Again, thank you for tuning in, United Kingdom of Israel Congregation, House of Learning. This has been another edition of Quick Cuts. I'm Teacher Shaul, and this is
Salima.
And with that, we say Shalom.